A very good Monday morning to you, and I hope I find you very well indeed on what is a cloudy, nondescript kind of day here in Manchester, but we are getting towards autumn time. What I want to talk about today is something I'm a little bit confused about, which is something no doubt you've heard of on YouTube and generally throughout news coverage wherever you are, which is ANTIFA or ANTIFA, whichever way you choose to pronounce it. The reason I'm confused is they, to me at least, appear to be everything that they propose to combat, which is fascism. So what I've gone to the Oxford English Dictionary to confirm what I perceived as a definition of a fascist. And I'll tell you what it says, and then perhaps if it's not clear enough by that point, we'll go on a little bit further. So, according to the Oxford English, the definition of a fascist is split into three categories: 1.1 and 1.2. So, 1 is an advocate or follower of the philosophy or system of fascism. Pretty self-explanatory. 1.1, a person who is extremely right-wing or authoritarian. Now, 1.2, a person who is very intolerant or domineering in a particular area. Now, as far as I'm concerned, that puts into a very nice little nutshell what I used to perceive as being a fascist. So, Antifa or Antifa demonstrate and commit multiple acts of criminal violence, damage to the person or the society by looting or physical violence to both other members of the population who they view as being their opposite number in any particular demonstration, or indeed the police force who are trying to control the situation. The only differential that I can see between Antifa or Antifa and an actual fascist group is that generally a fascist group support more or less a singular idea, whereas Antifa tend to take offence at anything that opposes their worldview, which can be anything from LGBT rights to the trans culture, which is coming up as another video, to fluidity in society, which basically is anything that you want to be, you can be, apparently, and so on and so forth. Now, and their view, of course, is that their view is the correct view, and anybody else who has a counter view cannot be heard. So they downtrod that by use of noise, violence, massive meetings, boycotting other areas where meetings are being held by speakers, and those speakers are not speaking about their point of view. They boycott that, which has been seen recently at Berkeley in America. And what I find to be really ironic where they're concerned and is archetypal of this tunnel vision that they have is that one of the main problems, of course, where fascists are concerned is that they negate the right to free speech. And it seems to escape Antifa or Antifa that they're actually doing the same thing. But you try to have a discussion, an intellectual, reasoned, calm discussion about this with them, and they automatically feel that they need to be on the attack, get very verbally violent. I have recently experienced this myself, and they don't see that what they're doing, they are oppressing the right to free speech, that every man, woman or child has in most of the Western world, as most of the Western world is perceived to be a full and free society. Anybody can more or less say anything they like without fear of oppression. Now, Antifa are not happy with that, because what they do, anybody who has a point of view other than themselves, they have a neat little umbrella that they can put it under, and that umbrella is called hate speech. And apparently anything can be hate speech. This video, according to them, will be hate speech. It won't be a member of a free society here in the United Kingdom stating his view on a particular section of our community, but they will view this as an attack on them, as a free speech issue, which is hate speech, and that I am not allowed to voice these opinions, or shouldn't be allowed to voice these opinions. So, as it says in the title, Antifa should change their name, and it should change their name to WAFT, W-A-F-T, which stands for We Are Fascists Too. And I think that will sum them up perfectly. I've watched a couple of videos this morning regarding Milo, the guy who's travelling all over the world, making very, in their eyes, very controversial statements and speeches about many subjects, including immigration and rights for the LGBT community and fluidity and all that kind of thing. And apparently Antifa stopped many people getting onto the campus to attend this meeting. So they are stopping the free flow of opinions and free speech wherever, in their view, that evil of free speech stroke hate speech is raising its ugly head. So this video, as I say, very much made out of frustration and confusion, where I'm concerned, why can this group not see that they are using the same tactics as fascists themselves, that the very people that they would say to you in very heartfelt terms they are combating in this world of ours. So Antifa. Now, the only other thing I will say to finish this video off is something that has annoyed me for many years. Going back to the conflicts in Northern Ireland, when you have the terrorist groups there, didn't matter whether they were loyalists or paramilitary IRA Republican groups, and Antifa fall into this grouping, as do, I would guess, Black Lives Matter to a certain extent, and that's another video coming along, which is I note that a large percentage of these people who demonstrate on behalf of these left-wing do-gooder non-hate speech groups, as it were, all dress in black and cover their faces and wear sunglasses. Now, my view is this: if you are dedicated to a cause and you are proud to be dedicated to that cause, why would you not be proud to show your face? Is there a bit of you that is ashamed? Is there a bit of you that, even though you think you're right, that you are certain that what you are saying is 100% true and 100% defendable in court under law, why would it be that you would perhaps be so afraid of being arrested, charged, tried and convicted that you feel that you have to cover your face to hide your identity? And this goes right the way back to, in my memory, the Troubles in Northern Ireland, where both groups did the march and they both had their faces covered up. If you are that enamoured with your cause and you are proud of the group that you belong, and you are proud to be demonstrating and marching the streets and putting your thoughts over, let the world see who you are. In my view, you not doing that is sheer cowardice. You have to take responsibility for the consequences of your act. And if that act leads you on to being arrested, charged, tried and convicted, then that is the price that you should be willing to pay for showing your face in public that you support this particular act. I put myself on here, you know me, you see me, I'm not sat here with like the YouTube channel, is it called Anonymous, where the guy uses the V for Vendetta mask. I don't sit here doing that. I'm quite happy to sit here and you know who I am, what my points of view are, and I try to be as fair as I can be. But it appears to me that Antifa or Antifa want fairness just be on their side, not on the other side. Let me know what you think. I'm really confused about this, and I look forward to getting your views. If you are an Antifa or Antifa member, and you can comment on this video without the bile and the retribution that you come out with and the anger that you show on a regular basis, then I welcome your comments and I will get back to you. So thank you very much indeed for watching, and I'll speak to you again soon. Bye-bye.